It's the 22nd of December, Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland. This upload is for the interest of mental health professionals. Basically, in this upload, I want to share about the involvement and intrusion of mental health professionals in my private life. In 2015, I got married and I gave birth. In 2017, as I've stated in the uploads already, I was detained by mental health professionals on 2 occasions. As I've already stated, I wasn't a patient of mental health services. Neither was I suffering from any mental health issues. So that was a violation of my right to freedom. This matter of intrusion from mental health professionals has only been occurring since I got married. Now, as I've stated also, I'm a deserted wife, unsupported and defamed, and living in HAPS accommodation, which is public accommodation supported by the state. It's 2019, and there have also been other matters besides the intrusion of mental health services that have been caused for me. Now, as an EU citizen and as a 38-year-old woman, a qualified teacher, and a fully functioning person, woman, apart from the medical ailments that I'm experiencing, there's been individuals obstructing my right to justice. I've been obstructed from attaining the legal aid and legal support services, guidance, etc. that I'm entitled to. The Mental Health Commission have been made aware of the unlawfulness of the detainments in 2017 of a woman that was experiencing circumstances that I shouldn't have been experiencing as a new mother at all. Now, I've already stated how authorities didn't provide the protection that they were supposed to and that they should have provided. Instead, I was endangered, but I wasn't the only person that was endangered. So, these human rights violations are very, very, very worrying for any woman to be experiencing. As a woman that's only been married and separated and that has given birth since 2015, to be in my situation is very serious, because the role of the family and the institution of marriage, etc., is a very important factor in all of this, and the damage and harm caused to the role of the family in this society has been quite embarrassing. The individuals that have obstructed my right to, legal supports, etc., have also been the same people that have made defamatory claims about my capabilities, character, etc. I live alone. I'm isolated in Tralee, County Kerry, due to the hate crime that's occurring. The slander that people have shared is absolutely shameful. The people involved wouldn't have any interaction with me. They wouldn't have any involvement with me. They wouldn't know me. But yet they have caused very serious violations, and they've also been perpetrating and causing very serious wrongdoings. Now, in the 21st century in 2019, for a woman to have been married and given birth and to be experiencing this kind of a situation is very worrying. This is the 21st century, and for any spouse to just, you know, anyway, the concern that I have is for the Mental Health Commission to address and acknowledge. Um, I'm not public property. Um, I've been made a victim of very serious constitutional wrongdoings. Um, I've experienced spiritual assaults and violence since I was married. I've also experienced financial abuse and exploitation and medical negligence, as I keep reiterating. But the intrusion of mental health services, as I've said, to just conveniently dispose of a matter that that society has caused, in order to facilitate those with no regard or conscience or respect for the pillars that uphold respectability of society, is, you know, what appears to be, the violations of my freedom, and those making false claims and those involving the Mental Health Commission and mental health services is absolutely outrageous. Um, the mental health issues of the people that have destroyed family life and career and professional reputation of Emer, um, is what I would think of being a very serious mental health issue. The culprits that have damaged innocence and that have been maligning, um, my character, and that have violated and stolen so much, um, appears to be a more serious issue than, you know, because the repercussions for their intrusions and their defamatory claims is very serious. As I've described, this situation is quite farcical, which it is, because there's been problems caused that shouldn't have been caused, and there's people taking liberties that they have no authority to be taking, um, and they've been damaging, you know, lives that they shouldn't have ever have harmed. Um, so my complaints to the Mental Health Commission, as well as the Medical Council, with regard to the medical negligence and the interference of mental health professionals and the defamatory claims by anonymous individuals that don't actually have any proper interaction with me, but think that they can just abuse the mental health services to, you know, dispose of an issue that they have caused in society due to their shameful behaviour and their lack of respect for families, women, etc. Um, and as regards those, responsible for obstructing my legal rights, this is also another matter. So since 2015, since I had been married, there's been awful problems caused for me, and the individuals that are withholding my rights and withholding my entitlements and, basically stealing from me, as well as perpetrating spiritual violence, are all serious matters for United Nations agencies. Um, I might be just one woman, but this woman has worked tirelessly for recovery and other people's mental health recovery. I've helped individuals recover from addiction, and I've helped people recover from their, you know, life experiences. The particular incident of recovery that I've helped with has been in recent times, and the said same individual has forgotten how he or she got sober. Um, they talk about fair weather friends, and they talk about principles before personalities, and this situation is very humiliating. Um, the individual that thinks that by just disrespecting that which she or she never you know would have ever had been able to attain, and you know basically just is, I'll say very little about it, but some people forget how they got up from rock bottom. So as regards the Mental Health Commission, um, I hope they're aware of how serious a situation in Tralee has, this has caused serious issues with regards to women's rights, children's rights, marital rights, and human rights. Um, the individuals perpetrating these offences have caused an awful, embarrassing, shameful scandal, and this is what it is. And there isn't any wealth in the world that will ever be able to repair the damage that has been done. Um, the abuse of power and people picking up their phone freely and saying what they want to who they want and making false claims and damaging an innocent woman's life is all very serious. So I don't really appreciate mental health professionals intruding in my private life. I also feel very disgruntled about my legal rights being disrespected, just so that those that have caused this problem will just have free rein to keep taking and taking and taking. So my complaint has been lodged with the Mental Health Commission since I was first detained unlawfully in 2017. And as regards, recovery and those that I have helped to recover from their addictions and whatnot, I hope they realise how lucky and fortunate and blessed they are to be, sober and alive. Um, there's been so many um, incidents of theft in this situation. Um, my family life has been destroyed, my career, etc. There's been financial theft. There's been so much theft from my, you know, life experience that I had worked for since 2006 when I first got into pro, uh, personal development and recovery. Um, so I'm here on the 21st of December, is it the 22nd of December, 21st of December, and you know, there's an insane situation after being caused, and the authorities endangered an innocent woman. They didn't protect an innocent woman. Um, the culprits, the insanity of this situation is that the culprits that caused these wrongdoings, even after all the damage is done, are still being facilitated and shifting the goalposts and changing the stories and telling different lies and telling different versions of what has happened in the past 2 years. They've even, you know, they've damaged my personal information as well, like the records, of Emer Griffin McElligott, by agencies, state agencies, the information of my past, and my experiences, as I've said already, like my educational career, my my qualifications. There's been individuals even actually interfering with my qualifications and my results and my. So this is like it's imposter syndrome and it's identity theft. But there's the spiritual violence as well. So you know, this is a human rights issue. Um, the mental health services, you have no business coming near me. The authorities have a very serious obligation to ensure that I am very safe in society to live as I want to, peacefully and contentedly, because as a law abiding citizen that hasn't caused harm to anyone, there isn't anyone in any position to be interfering and damaging my livelihood. And as regards the legal matters and the legal obstructions that have been caused for me, these are all very serious matters. It's a farce of a situation that has cost this community awful expense, and I don't know if they realise how it is not at all worth it to be causing this amount of disruption. Um, there's been unnatural situations caused. Um, People are going against the grain, and they're trying to arrange a situation to their own liking, and that's not how things are. That's not how reality is. The facts are the facts, and the people thinking that by changing and shifting the goalposts um, is, getting them closer to what they're trying to steal or take or damage. Um, you know, ill-gotten gains, as I always say. So I'm sitting here now just after having my 2 cups of coffee, and I'm just, reflecting at the end of December 2019 about the damages done by a particular family that I'm fully aware of, that have pulled in a lot of support in this town and county to cause as much damage and harm to me as they possibly could. And they have damaged more than just my livelihood. So this is an unethical situation with very serious wrongdoings involved. So I hope the mental health services are aware of the facts of this situation, and I hope they understand that they have no business coming near me. As regards the authorities, um, it's a sad sign of the times, and I might seem to have too much time on my hands as I sit here and upload and share about the reality of this situation. But there's been a very serious spiritual assault perpetrated that this community is also aware of. So I hope they have the common sense and intelligence to bear all those factors in mind. And as regards the financial abuse I'm experiencing and the medical negligence, they're all very serious matters as well. So I'm fully aware of what has been stolen from me. I'm also aware who has stolen from me. So as I'm sitting here in public accommodation as a deserted wife, I hope this county and community realise, the extent of damages, the loss of earnings, and the damage done to my livelihood. And I wonder, would they be able to empathise a little bit and understand how it would be if it was for one of their daughters that this experience was occurring? And would they take kindly to their daughters being victimised and deserted and wronged and violated? Um, so that's my share for today so far. Um, as I've said, um, unlawfully detaining a woman by unethical means doesn't help at all in this situation. Um, this is about people confronting their wrongdoings. It's about people trying to be honest, if it's possible, And this is about amends that are owed to Emer Griffin since 2005, since I was sexually assaulted and defamed and experienced revenge porn. So it seems to be offence after offence after offence in this town. And, you know, for all the respectable individuals involved, I'm just wondering, what is the actual standard of respectability by people at all? So, for the interest of mental health services, these are the facts. And as a law-abiding citizen and a whistleblower, unfortunately, and as a mentally healthy woman that has been, you know, disrespected, and that has, not been provided with the information that I've sought with regard to legislative, you know, developments, etc. Because, as I've said, people are, loopholes and shifting goalposts and stuff. So, the authorities, you know, you're meant to be protecting and safeguarding the innocent victims in society, and, you know, victimizing a victim of other people's offences that are causing serious offences isn't very positive for any uh, community or country. So that's my share for so far today. I hope everyone sees the logic of this situation, and I hope everyone realizes how many offences have been caused against me already